Okay, can we just start with the number? 970 crore.
It's just not a sheet if like it's not a real number anymore.
Yeah.
It's an abstract concept.
Right.
And on its SIX Saturday, I don't even know what I'm doing 6 Saturdays from now. And Dhurandhar is out there still making almost 3. Yeah. Wait, break that down for me. So after a month and a half, on a random Saturday, it's still making the equivalent of what? Which is more or less. More or less. Which is more than some entire films make in their opening weekend.
Yeah.
That's the part that gets me. It's the tail.
Yeah.
The long tail on this film is just unheard of. It means people are going back. Or people who were holding out thinking, oh, I'll wait for streaming, have finally caved to the pressure. The FOMO is real.
The FOMO is so real. My cousins in Mumbai have all seen it twice. They said the theatre experience is still electric. People are cheering at Ranveer's entry like it's the first day all over again.
That's a cultural phenomenon, right? That level of repeat viewing for a non-franchise, non-superhero movie feels so rare in the States now.
It's because it delivered on the promise. The hype was huge, but the movie actually met the hype. When was the last time we could say that about a massive action film?
I know. You go in expecting this big, fun masala entertainer, and you actually get a big, fun masala entertainer. It's not trying to be anything else.
And it's a Ranveer Singh validation moment. After a couple of films that didn't quite land, this just re-establishes him at the absolute top. It's more than validation, it's a coronation. He needed a monster hit like this to silence any and all whispers. And a 970 crore monster is pretty loud.
It's roaring. So is it going to cross the 1,000 crore mark? That seems like the next big milestone.
Oh, it has to. At this point, the studio will probably do whatever it takes. They'll run special ticket prices, they'll do a fan event. It's too close to not push it over the line. It's a vanity number, but it's a vanity number that matters. Joining the 1,000 crore club is a different level of prestige.
Okay, but speaking of box office, can we talk about the little engine that could, Bhooth Bangla?
An 83% jump on its second Saturday? I love this story.
Okay, that I know is not normal. An 83% jump usually means it started from a very low number, right?
Exactly. It had a quiet opening, the reviews were sort of mixed to okay, and everyone was probably ready to write it off as another Akshay Kumar misfire. But the word of mouth must be incredible. For it to jump that much, it means everyone who saw it last weekend told 5 friends to go see it this weekend.
I love that. It feels so pure, you know? Not driven by marketing, but just by people genuinely enjoying a film and telling their friends. It's the best kind of success. What's the genre? Horror comedy?
Yes, which is such a crowd pleaser in India when it's done right. You get the jumps, you get the laughs. It's a perfect community theatre experience. And for Akshay, this is a huge deal. The narrative for the past couple of years has been, quantity over quality, that he's lost his touch with the audience.
Oh, completely. It was film after film that just vanished.
Right. So a film like this, which isn't a mega blockbuster, but is a clear-cut success based on audience love, that's probably more valuable to him right now than a 200 crore opening that fades away. It proves he can still connect. It proves his instincts for a good, simple, entertaining script are still there. He just needs to use them.
So the success tag is loading headline is actually a big deal for him personally. It's not just about the money.
It's about the narrative. He's back in the game. And the industry loves a comeback story.
Almost as much as they love a reunion. Did you guys see the pictures?
Oh my God, I literally gasped. Bunny and Avi, Ranveer Kapoor and Aditya Roy Kapoor, my Ye Jawani Hai Diwani heart just exploded.
They looked so good. Just 2 friends hanging out at an event and the entire internet just collectively lost its mind. The comments were just a wall of Yej HD2, Yej HD2, Yej HD2.
Which, let's be honest, is what we were all screaming internally. I mean, can you blame them? The chemistry between that entire cast was lightning in a bottle. You can't fake that kind of friendship.
Is a sequel even a remote possibility, or is this just pure fan casting?
Ayan Mukherjee's a little busy with his universe of gods and superheroes right now. Just a little bit. But honestly, I don't want a sequel. What? No way. No, listen, Ye Jawani is perfect as it is. It captured a very specific time and feeling. That post-college, what am I doing with my life, anxiety and excitement. Trying to recapture that 10 or 15 years later, it's so hard to get right. I kind of agree. Where would you even take those characters? Are Bunny and Naina happily married? Is Aditi divorced? Is Avi still a mess? I almost don't want to know. I want to leave them perfect in that moment.
Okay, fine, I see your point. But a spiritual sequel? Just get that cast back together in a different movie. I don't care what it is. I would watch them read a phone book. I would too. Their dynamic is just so watchable. It's the ultimate aspirational friend group.
It is. And seeing them together again just reminds you of that magic. It's pure nostalgia and it works every single time. Speaking of nostalgia, this Prabhas re-release thing is fascinating.
I cannot get over these numbers. Darling, a movie from 2010?
Not just any numbers. The re-release made 140% more than the Salar re-release, his brand new blockbuster.
Okay, you have to explain the re-release culture to me. Is this a new trend? Because it's happening so much.
It's huge, especially in Telugu cinema. It started as a way to celebrate a star's birthday. They'll re-release one of their classic, beloved films for a weekend. Fans go absolutely wild. They treat it like a festival. It's less about rewatching the movie and more about celebrating the stardom. But theatres are basically parties. People are dancing, throwing confetti. It's an event. That sounds so much more fun than just sitting quietly in a dark room. It is. And Darling is one of those films for Prabhas. Before he was the huge pan-India Bahubali action star, he was this charming romantic comedy hero. And his fans love that version of him.
So this is them saying they missed that era of his career?
100%. It's a message. We love your giant action movies, but please give us this guy back sometimes too. It's a direct line of communication from the fans to the star.
And the fact that it outgrossed Salar's re-release is a massive statement. It shows that nostalgia and that specific kind of charm can be even more powerful than the biggest, newest blockbuster.
I love that. It's like the audience has a say in a star's career path.
They always do, but this is just a very, very loud and clear way of expressing it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a celebration. And on a completely different note, but also a beautiful one, did you guys see Samantha's post?
Oh, my heart. Ahead of her birthday, too? It was so thoughtful and vulnerable. What was the line? My truth stayed.
My truth stayed. I got goosebumps. She's been through so much publicly with her health and everything else, and for her to come out and talk about finding her voice through all of that is so powerful, especially in an industry where women are so often expected to just be quiet and graceful and not make a fuss. She's refusing to do that.
She's been so open about her healing journey, and I think it means so much to so many people. It makes her feel so much more real and accessible. It really does. In Hollywood, that kind of curated vulnerability is almost a brand strategy now. But this felt different. It felt incredibly genuine.
I think it's because she's not positioning it as, look at me, I'm a victim. She's positioning it as, look at what I've learned, look at the strength I've found. It's empowering. It's a quiet strength too. It's not loud or aggressive. It's just this calm, centered confidence. It's really, really admirable.
I just want all the good things for her. I hope she has the best birthday.
Me too. She deserves it all. Okay, from quiet strength to, well, the opposite of quiet. Salman Khan.
Oh boy, Maatrubhumi. The headline on this was interesting. It's shifting its focus away from a specific real-life event.
Yes, the Battle of Galwan, which was a very serious and tragic border clash between India and China a few years ago. The film was originally meant to be centered around that. And now they're pivoting. They're making it a more fictionalized account of the Indian army, not tied to that specific incident.
Why though? Is it a political thing?
It's a few things. Partly, yes, it could be political sensitivity. Depicting a recent real-life conflict with a neighboring country is tricky territory. But mostly, I think it's a box office calculation.
How so?
The jingoistic, chest-thumping patriotic film has been a huge trend for the last few years, but audiences might be getting a little tired of it. It's a formula, and we've seen it a lot.
Is it not working anymore?
It's not that it's not working, but the returns are diminishing. And if you tie your massive Salman Khan movie to a very specific tragic event, you limit your audience and you open yourself up to a lot of criticism if you don't get it exactly right. By making it fictional, you give yourself more freedom. You can still have all the patriotic moments, all the action, all the Salman Khan heroics, but without the baggage of historical accuracy.
So it's a safer bet.
It's a much safer bet. You're broadening the appeal and lowering the risk. It's a smart business move, even if it feels a little less creatively brave. It's just interesting to see the industry respond to audience tastes in real time. The pendulum might be swinging away from hyper-specific patriotic films and back towards more general fictional action movies. We'll have to see if it pays off.
Okay, so from what might be coming to what we actually watched, what did everyone see this weekend? Anything new?
I subjected myself to Ginny Wedss Sunny too.
Oh, Mira, you took one for the team. Was it as bad as the review said?
It was worse. It was so confusing. I don't know who the movie was for. The first one was, a cute, forgettable little Netflix rom-com. Fine.
But it didn't exactly scream sequel, did it?
Not at all. And this sequel just felt completely lost. The review that said they can't save this confused rom-com was being kind. Avinash Tiwary and Medha Shankar are both so charming and talented, but they were given absolutely nothing to work with.
What was the plot even? Are they married? Are they breaking up?
It's like they threw every possible rom-com trope into a blender without a lid on. There's a misunderstanding, a trip to a destination wedding, a meddling family, a new hot potential love interest. It was just a mess.
Oh no, that's such a shame. I have such a soft spot for a good cheesy rom-com.
Me too. But this is the problem. The genre is being treated as a low-effort content farm. They think if you just tick the boxes, you have a movie. But you don't. You need heart, you need wit.
It feels like the mid-budget rom-com, the kind that used to be a guaranteed fun Friday night at the movies, has just disappeared. It's either a giant blockbuster or a low-quality streaming movie.
That's so true. Where is our Jab We Met, our Baja Barat? Films that had personality and amazing music and dialogue you could quote for years. Exactly. This had none of that. It felt like it was written by an algorithm that had only been fed the worst parts of other better movies.
Okay, so that's a hard pass on Ginny Wedss Sunny too. Anyone see anything else? I read a couple of reviews for a Malayalam film, Madhuvidu.
Oh, I saw that one.
What's the premise? The reviews seemed a bit split.
It has such a great premise. It's about this guy who's getting married, and on the eve of his wedding, he meets his fiance's ex-boyfriend, who's this super charming, successful, handsome guy.
Ooh, awkward. I love that.
Right? And the whole film is basically the two of them having this long, increasingly drunken conversation. The potential for comedy and drama there is huge. It could be this brilliant two-hander. But I sense a but coming.
But it just doesn't quite get there. The Hindu review said it squanders a promising conflict, and that's the perfect way to describe it. It sets up this fantastic, tense, funny situation and then doesn't really know what to do with it.
That's almost more frustrating than a movie that's just bad from the start.
It is, because you see the glimmers of a much better film inside it. The performances are good, the idea is solid, but the writing just meanders in the second half. It loses focus.
Such a shame. A great premise is so hard to come by.
Did anyone catch Mercy or Bharatnatyam too? I saw the Rediff reviews but didn't get a chance to see them. I read the review for Bharatnatyam 2 Mohiniyattam. It seemed like a pretty standard sequel, expanding the world of the first one. I might catch it on streaming.
I feel like we're in a bit of a lull cinematically, waiting for the next big thing to drop.
Well, the trailers this week certainly gave us a lot to talk about. Oh my god, Khalnayak returns.
I literally screamed. Okay, as the resident outsider, I know the original is a huge deal, but can you give me the context? Why is it so iconic?
Khalnayak in 1993 was a phenomenon. Sanjay Dutt as the anti-hero Balu, it was one of the defining roles of his career. He was charismatic, dangerous, and you kind of rooted for him, even though he was the villain. And the music. The movie is almost more famous for its soundtrack, specifically the song Choli Ke Piche Kya Hai.
Which was so controversial at the time, right?
Oh, massively. People were protesting, there were court cases. It was a huge cultural movement. The song is an absolute banger, but it was considered very scandalous back then.
Wow. So bringing it back now carries all that weight with it.
All of it. And the first look, it was just an announcement really. But seeing Sanjay Dutt's name, that iconic music kicking in, it gives you chills.
I am so curious about the casting of Akshay Kumar. She's a relative newcomer to be stepping into what I assume is a massive role.
It's a huge vote of confidence in her. They're banking on creating a new star. But the pressure is immense. Can you imagine trying to live up to the legacy of the original? Legacy sequels are so hard to pull off. For every Top Gun Maverick, there are 10 that just fall completely flat.
Is Subhash Ghai involved, the original director?
It doesn't look like it from the announcement, which is interesting. It seems like they're trying to give it a modern spin, which they have to. You can't just remake Khalmaik in 2026. The audience is different, the sensibilities are different. You have to honor the original while doing something new. It's a tightrope walk.
I am cautiously, nervously, ridiculously excited.
I just want it to be good. Please be good. It just shows how many different roles there are in the industry now, from reviving a classic franchise to creating brand new worlds. And if you're looking for work in Bollywood or India-related content, in India, the US or the UK, check out today's digest at indiarevu.com. Smooth. But seriously, the other trailer was a whole different vibe.
Gayapada Simham, The Wounded Lion.
I love a good direct Telugu action movie title. No messing around. You know exactly what you're getting. And the trailer delivered. The slow motion walk, the sunglasses, the 100 guys flying in the air from one punch.
It was glorious. It's a very specific genre of action that is just pure, unadulterated fun. It's not gritty, it's not realistic, it's myth-making. I love watching those kinds of trailers because the physics are just a suggestion.
A polite suggestion at best. But the conviction, the hero delivers his lines with such sincerity, the director frames him like he's a literal god walking on earth. You can't be cynical about it. You just have to give in and enjoy the ride.
I will be there on day one. I need that energy in my life. It's the perfect antidote to a confusing rom-com sequel.
100%. Give me the wounded lion over the confused groom any day of the week. It's pure escapism, which honestly is what a lot of the best cinema is. It takes you to another world, which I think is the perfect segue for our flashback segment.
Yes, what are we diving into this week?
We are going all the way back to 1963 to a film called Gule Bakavali.
What a beautiful name.
What does it mean? It's the name of a mythical flower, the flower of Bakavali. It's a fantasy adventure film based on a very old Persian fairy tale. Oh, I love this genre. The sword and sandal, costume drama, magical quest kind of movie.
Like a 1960s Indian Lord of the Rings?
On a slightly smaller budget, but yes, that's the spirit. It stars Jairaj as a prince who has to go on a quest to find this magical flower to cure his father, the king, who has been blinded.
A classic fairy tale setup.
Exactly. And on his journey, he meets a fairy, a princess played by the actress Nishi, who falls in love with him. There are evil sorcerers, magical creatures, disguises. It's pure fantasy.
What were the special effects like back then? I'm so curious.
It's all practical effects and camera tricks. You know, jump cuts to make things appear and disappear, wires that are probably visible if you look closely, matte paintings for the grand palaces.
That's so charming. I love that. It takes so much more imagination, both from the filmmakers and the audience. It really does. We're so used to seamless CGI now that we forget how magical it must have been to see that kind of thing on screen for the first time in the 60s.
And it was a huge part of Indian cinema. These B-movies or stunt films, as they were sometimes called, were incredibly popular. They were pure entertainment. The stories were simple, good versus evil, the costumes were elaborate, and there was always a lot of action and romance. And the acting style is so different, right? It's much more theatrical, more expressive. Very. It comes from a tradition of stage performance. The dialogue is delivered with a certain flourish, the gestures are bigger. It's not the subtle, naturalistic acting we often see today. It's a performance, and it's meant to be.
I love Nishi in these kinds of roles. She had such a great screen presence. She was so beautiful, but also looked like she could handle a sword if she needed to.
She was a huge star in this genre. She and Jairaj made a very popular pair. They did a lot of these fantasy and historical films together.
It's so interesting because it feels like a genre that has kind of disappeared in a way. We have huge VFX-driven fantasy now, like Brahmastra, but this specific kind of fairy tale adventure feels very of its time.
It is. But you can see its DNA in so many films that came after. The idea of the righteous hero on a quest, the star-crossed lovers from different worlds, the ultimate triumph of good over evil. These are foundational stories. And watching a film like Gule Bakavali now is like a little time capsule. It's a window into what thrilled audiences 60 years ago. It's so sweet and sincere in its storytelling.
Okay, I'm officially adding it to my watch list. I need some 1960s fairy tale magic in my life.
It's on YouTube. It's a perfect lazy Sunday afternoon watch. You just have to let yourself be swept away by it.
I love that. From a 970 crore blockbuster to a 1963 fantasy film, we really do contain multitudes.
From headlines to heartbeats, you have been listening to IndiaReview.com. Catch you where the stories are.
Wherever listener subscribes.
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.
Nice.